9/11, I think, is that day in America when we all felt the same and we all felt something different. Um, it was so surreal, and we all still talk about it now. When you saw that plane go into that building, it just was like a bad movie. I don't think any one of us could believe that had actually happened. And I think everyone immediately gravitated to someone close to them, a family member or somebody. It was almost too overwhelming to deal with yourself. You just had to have a loved one or a dear friend. We all just started calling somebody or holding somebody. And I was talking to Aaron out here a minute ago, and the it was the strangest thing because as horrible as it was, um, for this country, I feel like those people didn't give their lives for nothing because it united our country the way, certainly in my lifetime, it's never been united before. And I'm not sure if that spirit quite lasted long enough, but it was definitely there. And we know what it feels like to come together as a country. And I'd like to think we come back and visit that again. The moment that really got me worse than anything was the first show that Ronnie and I did after that happened was in Pennsylvania. And we were opening our show with Only in America. It had just kind of started getting on the radio. I think it was in top 15 or top 20. And I realized that that was the song, and I thought about the first line of it, the sun coming up over New York City, and that it had happened in New York, and I just hadn't thought about it. And I jumped up on his bus, and our deal was pretty much fun and games. We're boot scooting and we're horsing around, and we just had a lot of fun on stage. And it wasn't that we didn't want to do it. It's just we didn't want to be inappropriate. We didn't want to be disrespectful to the lives of the people that were in those buildings and their families. And I jumped up on his bus and said, should we do this? I mean, I know we should, but we need to treat this with the respect that it deserves. And he said, you're right. And we sat down and wrote a little piece that basically just said, we're not going to let these insane idiots change the way we live as Americans. And Ronnie actually spoke it over the microphone before we went on stage. And we just sat there for a second and kind of digested the moment. And then we went on stage, and I still get chills when I think about that crowd. I have never experienced anything like it. Those people were through the roof. They were all waving flags, and they had brought banners and posters, and "We're America," and they chanted USA for I don't even know how long before we could even kick the show off. We just stood there, and we all just kind of looked at each other and went, damn right, we're Americans, and we're going to bring it, and we're going to live the way we're going to live, and these jerks aren't going to change that. And it's changed. So, I mean, I've always been patriotic. It's why I wrote the song in the first place, but it's certainly changed the way I felt about our country. It's stronger in my heart than ever.